up on Metrofile this week. He came, he saw, and indeed conquered. We celebrate a quintessential public servant, an elder statesman, and a seasoned administrator, Mr. Allison Ayida.
Nigerians from all walks of life joined his family to celebrate his life and legacy during a 4-day event to bid him farewell. It's good to have you join us on the show today. Right. The team is complete and we will have an amazing time on the show today. Welcome. You look very rested.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's really great to be back. I had so much fun. I'm not going to lie, but I'm so delighted to be back. And again, we are celebrating a great man today.
Yes, we are.
We are dedicating the whole of 30 minutes of the program to this man because he truly, truly deserves it.
That's very true. Mr. Allison Ayida, former head of service and secretary to the government of the Federation. Here's that man. So sit back, relax, and let's do our thing. Let's celebrate him together. Yeah. And while we do that, please watch out for flash photography. I'm Anne Nwawadu.
And I'm Oge Chukwuose. Welcome to the show. And come join us. Let's celebrate the life, time, and legacy of Nigeria's foremost civil servant of all time. I'm talking about Mr. Allison Ayida.
Mr. Allison Ayida, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, an astute personality, quintessential public servant, an accomplished administrator, a well-respected elder statesman, and an outstanding achiever who was diligent in service and loved and lived life to the fullest. October 11th, 2018 was a day his family, friends and loved ones wished never came. A day their beloved father and grandfather took his last breath. But looking on the brighter side of life, his 88 impactful years on earth were marked with remarkable achievements which were extolled during a 4-day event to celebrate his life and legacy. The lineup of activities kicked off with a night of tribute. For a man of his caliber, it's no surprise that well-respected dignitaries joined his family in Victoria Island, Lagos for a night of fellowship and music.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon, former APC National Chairman Chief John Oyegun, former Minister of Petroleum Mr. Philip Asiodu, elder statesman Chief Femi Olopade, renowned poet Chief John Pepper Clark were some of the dignitaries who came to honor this great man. Tributes poured in from different facets of life that he touched, including corporate and recreational.
When late Allison Ayida was invited to join that prestigious club called the Metrofile Club. During this period, he has made a great impression on me. I was invited within that period of these 40 years, to serve on a group of Shekiri men who were concerned about the assassination of late Rewani. I was the only non-Shekiri person to serve on that committee.
We met on the board of one of the listed companies on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and there were some corporate government challenges. And the board, in its wisdom, appointed a two-man committee headed by him, and the second being my humble self as the secretary and sole member. I went and met him in his office on Broad Street Investment House. He gave me the guidelines. We completed the assignment, and I gave him the honor to present the report to the board of directors. Of course, it was highly, highly commended, and it was implemented.
Also hugely acknowledged is his connection to his Ishikiri roots, an indigene of Uwehi in Warri North local government area of Delta State.
Allison and Ayida believed in the Shekiri cause, as espoused by the Shekiri leaders right from the inauguration of the Willings Commission, preparatory to Nigeria's independence, which culminated in the special area provision to protect the Shekiri and other minorities in the then Midwestern region.
You know, we promised you that Rotary will track you.
And more tributes pour in. This time, his longtime friend and colleague, Chief Philip Asiodu, speaks.
For me, to come and speak about him in the past tense, it's very sad. Because he's been my colleague and friend for more than 7 decades, just. First met him when he came to King's College in January 1947. I had gone in a year earlier. But he and another classmate obtained double promotion, and they joined us in class 3 in 1947 September. And so since then, we've been together.
The patriarch of the Ayida family contributed in his own way towards the country's development. This began at an early age of 27 when he joined the Federal Civil Service in 1957, after a degree in politics, philosophy and economics from Queen's College, Oxford. He was appointed Assistant Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Education. He later moved to the Federal Ministry of Finance, where he spent 5 years, rising to the position of Senior Assistant Secretary. Mr. Ayida rose through the ranks to become Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Economic Development and Reconstruction. And in 1975, he became Nigeria's highest-ranking civil servant when he was appointed the Head of Service and the 5th Secretary to the Government of the Federation. By the time he retired from the Federal Civil Service, he had served 3 heads of states, General Yakubu Gowon, General Murtala Mohammed, and General Olusegun Obasanjo.
His loss is to me and my family, as well as the rank of our colleagues of the era, when we all put Nigeria first, ahead of any personal comfort and risk everything for the country's unity, development and progress.
Heartfelt tributes came in from Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and General Ibrahim Babangida, and a common thing they shared were words used to describe Mr. Ayida, such as disciplined, detribalized, transparent, and enviable. Other written tributes came from the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Winifred Oyoita, APC National Leader, Chief Bola Tinubu, and the former Governor of Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Oduagan. His first daughter, Mrs. Alero Ayida Otobo, spoke on behalf of her siblings.
And I start by saying that the day finally came. A day we didn't want to think about because we didn't want our father to go. Allison Ayida was a great man with a kind, generous, and beautiful persona. He was strong, yet incredibly gentle. He was tall, with an elegant presence that shifted atmospheres. And what I want to share is that we managed my father's exit with such unity, precision, professionalism, wisdom, and good judgment. And those were qualities that personified my father.
His grandchildren also had their moments.
On a personal level, my relationship with my grandfather was as anyone would expect. From the beginning to the end of my life, he would embrace my entrance to the room with a tremendous smile and hold his arms wide open for a loving embrace.
My grandpa's gone, but only from sight. He's not coming back. This I cannot rewrite. My grandpa has gone to a better place. He has peacefully entered the Lord's embrace. Grandma was waiting, so now they are finally back together, where they can rest in perfect peace, together forever.
What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are stilled, when striving cease, my comforter, my all in all, here in the power of Christ I stand.
Mr. Allison Ayida attended King's College, Lagos, and was a past president of the Old Boys Association, so a farewell assembly in his honor was in order held at the school auditorium.
To us in King's College, Allison Ayida was first and foremost a King's College old boy, a most distinguished one. He was president of the King's College Old Boys Association, and until his death, he was a member of our board of trustees.
The Old Boys of King's College came out in their numbers to honor one of their own, who they describe as a role model.